Hi, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at investment markets. Equity markets continue to hold a pretty good bid out there, even with continued talk about when rates might start to rise in the US. Certainly they're sort of starting the process there of reducing the amount of support for the market. That's now expected to be sort of wound up in around sort of October time of this year, and now it's just a question of looking to see when they look to first increase rates, and that appears to be coming closer to us as the US economy shows continued strength out there. Indeed, some economists and analysts are now predicting interest rates in the US could start to rise as early as sort of March of 2015. That's about 6 months sooner than was first anticipated, and that will obviously have a pretty major impact out there on the New Zealand dollar. Certainly that's trading pretty high currently because of the high differential in the interest rates, but I think once interest rates start to move in the US, then you'll start to see that currency come back quite strongly. And that obviously gives some opportunities out there for some of these offshore shares with the high New Zealand dollar, especially if it does start to come back. There could be some quite substantial gains to be had by, say, investing offshore. Domestically, still expecting further interest rate increases here in New Zealand. There's a possibility we might get one here in July, but I think with the strong currency that might just be enough just to hold off. And even with the election in September, there's still a reasonable chance you see an interest rate hike there in September. In terms of issues in New Zealand, obviously we've got the Scales issue currently. That's the IPO. If you manage to secure an allocation, those applications have to be in by the 22nd of July. There's also the Kiwi Income Property Bond. That's a 7-year bond. 6.15 has been the interest rate that's been assigned to that. And again, if you've managed to secure an allocation of that, those applications have to be in by 1st of August. So just to summarise, you need to get those Scales apps in quickly. It's the 22nd of July is the closing date for that. A little bit longer for the Kiwi Income Property Bond, but also possibly worthwhile viewing some of those offshore shares with the high New Zealand dollar. There could be some pretty attractive returns out there. And if you are interested in any of these, call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz. We look forward to speaking to you soon.